Okay, we're here in Caesarea Philippi, and this is the northernmost place that Jesus ever came. So, in his ministry on earth, this was as far north as he got. And just over this way is Syria, and just over that way is Lebanon. So that gives you some direction as to where we're at. Mount Hermon is very close to here, and right now we're above the Jordan River, but it comes right out of this rock. And it's real interesting, and we'll shoot some footage of that in just a moment. But this is where the Jordan begins to flow downhill into the Sea of Galilee and past that. But what makes this place unique to me, oh, by the way, the Apostle Paul would have came through here on the road to Damascus, somewhere near this area, when the Lord, when he had the vision of Jesus Christ and was blinded and became a Christian. So this is a really significant biblical place. Caesarea Philippi. But what makes this place so unique to me is this is where Peter made his great confession of Christ. And if you'll just look up there on that rock, you can see those niches that are into that rock, that solid rock there. And this is a place where pantheism, or the worship of many gods, started. And they would put those gods in the rocks and they would worship them. This was a real kind of multicultural worship place where a lot of idol worship was done. And so Jesus, when he came here, asked his followers, what are people saying about me? And I think that he was looking at all these gods that were niched into this rock, and he was very concerned about the way people thought about him. And in that passage in Matthew, it said, well, some people say you're John, you're John, some people say you're Jeremiah, some people say you're Elijah. And then Jesus asked that penetrating question, well, who do you say that I am? And this is where Peter made the great confession, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus said to Peter, blessed are you, Simon. Flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but my Father in heaven made this known to you. So really, who Jesus is something that we can't really teach people. It is something that God has to reveal to people. Flesh and blood doesn't reveal who Jesus is to us, but the Father makes Jesus known to us. And I think for all of us, as we're standing here, because this is, I think, a great sight to think about this. Jesus said, on this rock, I will build my church. There's been a lot of speculation as to what he meant by that. What rock? And I think he meant the rock of himself. That the church is going to be built on Jesus Christ himself, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. But as we're standing here and we're looking at that rock, it's still here. And none of those gods are anywhere in those niches anymore. None of them can be found. And I don't know, maybe Christ knew that rock would be here for a long time, where all those gods would fade away, but that rock is still here. Just like Christ is still the rock that we build our faith upon. So this is a very sacred place for all of us that claim to know Christ as our Savior, because it's on Christ the solid rock that our faith is founded, and that our lives are built. And so why don't we sing that song? Do you guys know On Christ the Solid Rock? Mm-hmm. I think that would be a great place to sing that. If you'll join me, all right? Don't make me sing by myself, all right?